Hey, what's up, everyone? Joe here, and in this episode, I want to talk about boredom, being bored, dealing with boredom, and how we can shift our mindset around boredom into something more positive and more constructive. A lot of times, when we run into boring moments or boredom shows up in our lives, we are quick to look for things to entertain us, to fill up our minds, to keep us busy, to even stress about. And we don't actually embrace boredom for what it could potentially be and for how peaceful boredom can actually be. So, in this video, I want to talk about that because lately or recently I've ran into this where I've been thinking about how can I retire as early as possible and just have like all my days free to do whatever I want. And someone in my life said, well, aren't you going to be bored? And in my head I was like, well, no, because I will be able to do whatever I want, whether that's nothing at all or hobbies or whatever. And it made me realize that what may be boring to some or even to you or to me actually can be very peaceful. And doing nothing can be quite boring, yes, but also very peaceful. And even though we're quick to look for things to fill our minds up and to stress about and to keep us entertained, embracing those boring moments can actually help us embrace peace in our lives. So I wanted to talk about that to remind you and remind myself that, whenever we feel bored and restless and we're reaching for things to entertain us or to keep our minds busy, and oftentimes we even reach for things that stress us out, instead we should be just embracing that time of quietness. We should be embracing that time of slowness and embracing the boring periods into what it is or what it could be, which is a moment of peace. And Hillary and we recently went to Vancouver to do a Kundalini meditation. And during this meditation, one of the things that downloaded to me or I thought about was how I should be in peace with being in peace. And I may have talked about this in one of my earlier videos, but this kind of relates to the boredom aspect and how we should be embracing boredom and embracing these slow periods in our lives instead of reaching for our phones, reaching for the TV remote control, reaching for, whatever is going to fill up our minds, even if, that thing is anxiety and stressful. It's almost better than being bored. We're so like programmed to not be okay with silence, not be okay with quietness and stillness, when really we should be embracing this and embracing the peacefulness that is boredom, or the peacefulness that is a moment of silence and a moment of stillness. And if you've ever tried to meditate, this is a good practice because meditation, or the quieting of our mind, can be so difficult for this exact reason. Whenever we try to meditate and quiet our mind, you'll feel or you'll see that our minds are quick to rush to the next thought, rush to things that we need to do, things that we need to accomplish, chores, errands, responsibilities. We start thinking about past experiences and the regrets we may have, or future goals and aspirations and how awesome those would be to achieve, but also how are we going to get there and how can we get there as soon as possible, when really we should be embracing the stillness in our mind, the quietness in our mind, and embracing that boredom so that we can also embrace the peace that comes with it. So I want to know your thoughts on boredom, on meditation, on embracing peace and embracing quiet times, embracing stillness, and embracing boring moments to what it can be, which is, a lot of peace. And yeah, so let me know in the comment section. I want to know your guys' thoughts. It's just something that I've been thinking about lately, ever since that conversation about early retirement, but also, you know, this is a meditation practice as well. You know, if you're gonna try to meditate, you can use a mantra or an affirmation. I've been talking a lot about mantras and affirmations and even kind of doing a series, so we can even incorporate that into this topic. So, you know, a mantra could be boredom is peace. You know, boredom is peace. Boredom is peace. Whenever we feel like, you know, maybe we're at home or somewhere quiet and still and we have a moment to ourselves and we're kind of like, what should I do? What should I do? Like, I need to be productive, or there's things that I need to do, or, you know, our minds can't sit still. Try to center yourself and bring yourself back to the present moment, ground yourself, and use the mantra, boredom is peace. Boredom is peace, to remind yourself that that moment of stillness, that moment of quietness, that moment of boredom can also be a moment of peace. And if you want to turn that into an affirmation, we can say something that, like, I recognize boredom as peacefulness. I recognize boredom as peacefulness. Just to remind yourself when those rare moments do come into our lives, instead of rushing to the next thought, rushing to the next responsibility, or rushing to the next dose of dopamine through our phones, just sit still, remind yourself that boredom is peace. I recognize boredom as peace, and take that moment for what it can be, is just a moment of pure bliss, pure peace. And that is my gift to you in this video, just a reminder, and a reminder to myself. Of course, these videos are always reminders to myself as well. You know, teaching is a great way to reinforce thoughts, so this is just basically me saying my thoughts out loud, sharing them with you, the viewer, of course, but also reinforcing them for my own. So a reminder for myself that moments of boredom can actually be extreme moments of peace as well. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm always open to comments and insights and feedback. Let me know if you agree or if you disagree. We can have a debate on it as well. But I do hope you like this video. I hope it helps you kind of enjoy those moments of stillness and quietness and those moments of boredom, and just have it help bring more peace into your life. So if you do like this video, let me know by hitting that like button. It really helps the video and the channel, so thanks in advance. And yeah, check out my other videos if you want. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, so that I can see you in the next video. All right, thanks for watching.